Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a word from our sponsors, which is G Fuel, guys. Grab your tub of G Fuel. Every sale directly supports the Angry Joe Show. Grab flavors, our personal favorite flavors. Lingonberry from PewDiePie is still one of the top flavors.
Tutti Frutti
Brand new Tutti Frutti, Alex likes. Brand new flavor, guys. Put it up here, Joe. Oh, my Lord. What the hell is that, Alex?
I do like agua fresca.
Okay, so check that out. Links down below to get yourself a % off. Thank you so much for supporting. Let's see, AJS News. We're working on an angry review for Atomfall. It is a month and a half late.
Watch it anyway.
Nobody was even curious on the reviews for that game, but we're gonna fucking put it out anyway. Eventually, I'm gonna be editing over this week. And then also 40-minute Superman reaction because the boys weren't there to kick my leg to tell me stop talking about Superman. So 40-minute reaction to a 2-minute trailer. I might even title
new
it
characters
my
were in that
40-minute reaction to a 2-minute teaser. All right. Go watch those things, and now watch this. Alex, what the hell is going on in gaming?
Gloomhaven was one of the biggest board games to come out several years ago. It is a big box. It's almost like playing D&D. It takes a really long time to set up, but it's really, really good. People absolutely loved it. It was like $80, $90. Major board game success.
Yes.
Gloomhaven 2nd Edition is in limbo, according to the developers, and it's saying it's having issues like everyone in the board game space. So we mentioned a couple weeks ago that a lot of these things are made overseas, and when there's massive tariffs on these things, it's just not possible for them to be made within the United States. Now, Gloomhaven is a box that when you lift it, it's not like a board game box where it's lightweight. Like, it is heavy because it's filled with stuff. And all that stuff is manufactured elsewhere. So right now, it's looking like the game is in limbo. This is just the first, and we're going to be talking about many over the course of the next couple months as we start to figure out what, are the tankers not coming anymore? Are they going to be empty, like a lot of reports are saying? So, but we do know that this one is in limbo, and it's just saying that, we've essentially been told to cease our U.S. sales indefinitely, at least until things settle down and we have confidence again in the market, is what they say. And he explained that the story keeps changing, so we can't plan around that. The numbers keep going, and things. Once they get a definitive thing, we can make decisions. Yeah. But as far things going up and down and then going away and then coming back, but certain ones, it's like you can't run a business around.
We can't run a business around one person making fucking wild, fucking changes over and over on an executive order. Fucking bullshit.
So he says, right now, I couldn't tell you what our pricing in the United States would need to be to make our products viable because it changes every other day. Mm-hmm. And he's saying that simply making it over here is not viable with what they include because they are people that give you a ton for your money. That box is full and it's got a lot of stuff in it. The toy factor is there, and you just can't have that kind of stuff. So if you want to go back to the days where all your board games, your character is a tiny little piece of cardboard that was a scrap from well, no, because you can't even do that. Like I'm talking about a cardboard circle like it used to be. That's kind of the way that we're going if board games are going to remain, and they're probably going to be even more expensive than they were before. So, little update there. Last of Us Season 2 premiere. We got the premiere. The ratings grew by 10%. 5.3 million viewers watch episode 1. And so this is another big hit for HBO. Sometimes we see second and third seasons with a drop off. And
we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see what happens. Like there's a lot of stuff coming. We did it.
We're watching that today.
Yeah,
we're gonna watch that today. We haven't seen it yet, so we don't know. Is the moment? I don't know. So we'll see.
3.
We're gonna see it after we finish this.
I said 3.
Yeah.
So you said 3. I said like 6. He said 4.
So viewing for season 1 has spiked over 150% over the last week. So
get ready for that to drop significantly eventually.
Yeah, but that's what normally happens with these TV shows. The longer they run, you start to get some drop off. People are not interested. They don't want to start a season in season 3. So for them to see a spike is pretty good. It's pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah, big hit for them. In horrible news, worst news I read this week, I was upset by this because this is probably my most anticipated game of this year.
Oh, no.
Dune Awakening has been delayed until June.
No. But good. Fine.
Yeah.
I'm so old.
play
I'm
it.
over game delays, and I almost like the game delays. I have that initial no, but back when I was young, I was like, no, fuck it, get the fucking game, and then I'm like, no, because every time it comes out like that, there's something wrong with it, and then it takes forever to fix, or they don't fucking fix it.
They don't fix it because they already got your money. And so, yeah, Funcom wants extra time to work on the survival MMO to make sure that we stick the landing.
Fuck.
I do have, so RuneScape Dragon Wilds came out. So
Well, that's good for us
Yeah.
doing reviews because I think it was coming out around the same time as Doom: The Dark Ages.
It
It was
was.
like
Yes.
a week later, and I was like, oh, that's going to be fucking stressful because an MMO requires a ton of fucking hours and work to put into it in order
He's
to
got to
review.
build the mansion.
So that's
gotta
what I,
build
that's
that
what I
mansion.
did this week, and I played Dragon Wilds, and I built
There
an
you go.
entire walled city with a canal running through it.
Oh,
and
that's
sorts of
Amazing.
Holy fucking
But that's what I want to do.
Then
I want to build a giant
I'll be
siege.
by your canal in the little shack and
You're
just
gonna-
fishing.
You're going to be pissing in the pool in the siege,
Alex
and we're going to have to
Alex
execute
is
you.
pretty good at building, and that
He
extends to
is.
other games. Even Tempest Rising, we talked about in the last episode. We all three of us allied against the fucking AI. I look at Joe's base; he's got 2 buildings. I scroll over to Alex's
They were
base.
poking
He
me.
has a sprawling city with a second base built that's bigger than Joe's initial base. Like, what the fuck is happening, Joe? And then we
Click
got
faster.
we got rolled over by the hard AI.
yeah.
He kicked all 3 of our asses, including Alex.
Hey,
So-
we didn't technically lose. We quit because Joe died.
we did.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we would
it was Joe's
absolutely
fault.
were going to get destroyed.
Oh,
but-
that's right. It was Joe's fault.
But we didn't
No.
didn't lose.
We didn't
quit.
lose. That's right. No, Joe quit, and then I don't know.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Started tagging me.
All right. Star Wars celebration was going on in Japan. We did a video kind of talking about the new
Check it out.
Zach Levi movie. There's all sorts of we got to see.
The Last
Oh,
Starfighter.
It's not the Last Starfighter. It's the
I wish,
edition.
Joe. We need a sequel to that. We need a fucking.
It's
He's the
called,
last one.
It's called The Last Starfighter. If
There's
it was,
no more.
There's no more.
There's
it's
no
it's
more.
done.
No, he's gonna create more.
It wasn't the
Son?
second to the Last Starfighter. Oh, that would be the prequel. The second to the Last Starfighter. Yeah. But we got some Star Wars Zero Company details. First screenshots emerge. This is one I know you guys were real excited about because you finally get to properly cosplay as stormtroopers, and even though you have a 90% chance to hit, you're going to miss anyway.
Oh yeah. So the
XCOM.
turn-based XCOM Star Wars, nice. Didn't show off the Creative Assembly rumored Star Wars, so that I guess is still in development.
Yeah. So you're going to command a ragtag group of mercenaries and bounty hunters from across the galaxy to combat a dangerous emerging threat. So the appearance and class are fully customizable, which is great. So
Yeah.
if you were an ex-stormtrooper, you'll miss because that's
I already missed.
They also announced Star Wars Outlaws is getting a new DLC, story pack number dos, Pirate's Fortune.
It could be good. I mean, like Star Wars Outlaws I don't think it was terrible, and they fixed
So
a
they-
lot of the things that made it bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's aight.
Yeah, just stuff
and you're
you
going to
like
have the Lando-themed one. So this is Story Pack 2. What was Story Pack 1? Just remind you, it was Lando. So you got Wild Card is what that one was called. So at the Star Wars Japan, they showed a Pirate's Fortune, so very pirate-themed. K-Vest is going to be working with a character from the animated stuff the animated stuff Hondo. If y'all know who Hondo is, right?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know.
He's
But
E
he-
Hondo. Yeah, he does the.
No, that's E Honda,
Oh.
not E Hondo.
Hondo is
who
Lando's
You may know
brother.
from Clone Wars,
his
okay,
brother.
little series that Joe will never see, or
I get around to it.
he's
I
popped
said
up
that.
several times.
Yeah,
With the Rebels.
Well, nobody knows pirates better than Ubisoft, and so when they're doing a pirate-themed Star Wars DLC, I have.
What is going to be the end of Hondo's story? I wonder how they're going to end his story. Is he going to die in a glorious thing? Like, I mean, obviously he's going to pass away at some point before we get to the Rey stuff. Or maybe
Maybe.
I don't know how old Hondo is. I don't fucking know. You put your comments down below
If
for
you know.
Star Wars.
There's probably
and
a
you
comic
fucking
where something happens. I'm sure they know. So lots of Star Wars stuff coming, but XCOM. I mean, some of the turn-based stuff is great. I think we need to get back to some of it.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite formerly turn-based franchises are turning into mindless, dumb action games for idiots who just want to press forward and hit attack. And so I like when we get to go back to some of these even real-time strategy or turn-based ones. So.
And this for the Star Wars Outlaw ones harkens back to the Skeleton Crew series where it's all pirates and stuff. So they're trying to keep that going. Children pirates.
Ruining everything.
Children do kind of ruin everything. You're right.
Marvel Rivals players are annoyed. There's a new Doctor Strange skin, and so when it's from the Multiverse of Madness.
I saw this. I thought that was a badass skin. I was
Then you
if I have to buy, I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but it's like if there's ones to buy, I would think people would be interested in maybe that one.
It's $25 though. So
Nope.
Costs a lot of money.
Nope.
Now,
Sorry.
there are, of course, now people are like, well, Joe, you can earn things in the game. It's like, yes, that is absolutely true. But it's still the cost of this game is $25. And it doesn't have any of the cool hands. It's not in it. So it's like people were
That's fucked.
feel like they've been misled and that they thought they were going to get a really cool skin. And instead.
You look at it, you're like, oh, I'm definitely buying that. If I buy that picture, I want that skin.
Yeah.
The arms are on the fucking picture. And. Okay, so initially I was gonna rip them a new asshole, but I think we could still rip them a new asshole. People are now thinking this is a bug. This has to be a bug because if we go over to Reddit here, the hands. People first they were like, well, maybe they didn't put the hands there because it would make their base skin bigger and it would obscure. And then people showed the Lord of Asgard Thor skin, which is he's bigger and obscuring. So no, that can't be it. And the fact that not only do the hands appear in the promotional material, the hero screen, even the emotes, the hands are in the emotes.
Yeah.
So it makes some people think that maybe the hands are meant to be out at all times and it's a bug, but. You just gotta. But this is 3 days ago. You gotta report that bug to customer service.
Yeah, NetEase would have to immediately come out and say, "Hey, we know you spent $25 on this. We're working on fixing it. Thank you for spending an absurd amount of money on a fucking premium skin."
Yeah, you refund people because $25 is bullshit for some hands.
Yeah.
So get handsy and fix the hands.
Yeah. And then in more, we're going to continue with the Marvel Rival stuff. So, hey, remember in the 90s when Marvel realized that a lot of people reading their comics were horny teenagers, and so we're going to do Marvel swimsuit specials? And they sold a lot of comics.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Swimsuit issues.
Well, it is coming back. So Marvel swimsuit special, Friends, Foes, and Rivals will
Just
be
in
published
time
in
for
July.
summer.
Yes. And then what relates to the news is it also includes designs for new costumes coming soon to Marvel Rivals. And so, look, there are some skins in the game that are already real revealing.
Yes.
And so now we are going to get swimsuit skins.
I
don't know how.
We're gonna rock around. I guess for summer things.
The boys are gonna have mankinis.
The boys
They did just stick it up the asses. Yeah.
Speedos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
nice.
So Venom having a little Speedo,
And twerking.
funny. Because he's already,
Yeah.
he's already
the
there.
suit, yeah.
I just don't know what else they're planning on doing because there's some of the, I don't know. I imagine these skins are going to sell
They're gonna
very,
get gooners
very
riled
well.
way up. Okay. Let me see that. Look, well, let me see the skins first
Yeah.
before we make our determination. You see, let me see the
you
skin.
know what they're gonna look like.
They've also,
That's ridiculous, man. Where is this at?
Yeah.
Where can I find it?
yeah. Tell me where I can avoid something. Yeah.
Marvel Rivals.
They've also added costume colors, so that you're going to be able to recolor the costumes that you've purchased.
for free. That would be cool. That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's
A lot of other ones actually charge for this. Apex Legends and other really bad live service games. It's like you have a set, and then like that Game of Thrones Kings Road piece of shit. It was like blue, and then they make you charge for that again.
Yeah.
Hopefully here they're not making you pay for it. It's resources or whatever.
But before you can customize your outfits, you have to purchase a new color option. So it costs 600 unstable molecules, which is a brand new currency made for color customizations. It's $6. So we have been talking.
Fuck you! Wait a minute. Did you just say
New
that you
currency.
pay $6 for fucking blue?
If you want to change it, but you got new currency though.
But yeah,
I did. Okay. Damn, I was about to give them props because I thought that they would just let you do the colors for free. But maybe maybe you do earn that currency through normal gameplay, and you can purchase it for $6.
Yeah.
They're always going to do,
Yeah.
and you can purchase it for $6.
Yeah, this is made by NetEase, right? NetEase is one of those Chinese mobile game companies, and they have they make games that are some of the worst monetization and like we've ever seen in the history of gaming. Them and a couple others. And so when they came out and they said they're going to give all of the champions out for free, we said that was awesome. But we also said that you have to keep an eye on things like this because once they start releasing all these things, they start to trickle in some of the other things. So this is one of those things that we're starting to add new currencies. We're still talking about swimsuit skins, like what are we going to be doing with these things? So as of right now, I don't see this being insanely worrying, but it's something that, you know,
They're just turning up the heat though.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, right now they are still the only figure I have is they made almost $3 billion within the first 2 months of releasing the game. They probably aren't that.
What game?
Rivals.
Oh, we know the numbers. $3 billion.
Wasn't that the thing? Let me look. But I think
remember. That's a lot. Wow. I mean, I don't put it past it. These free-to-play live service games. With
it wasn't billion.
No, I don't think it was that. That seems too high.
Well, it says net revenues were $3.7 billion.
Revenue for NetEase. That's fine. That's total revenue for NetEase. It made a lot of money. Ain't no $3 billion for just Marvel Rivals. That game would be insane.
It doesn't say for NetEase. It just says. Yeah, I think it's this just for Marvel Rivals. 3.7 wasn't 3.9. It was 3.7. Is what this says on MarvelRivals.gg.
Jesus.
So if this is accurate, then that's what it is. So.
Wow.
It's still pretty fucking
and
popular.
Motherfucking DC can't do sheer. Marvel is making $3.7 billion off of their fucking things, and I can't get a single DC game to stick.
It's a new one that came out.
What new game? Get your fucking hands off that phone, Joe. There is no mobile game. DC Legends does not exist. It's a piece of shit.
It keeps popping up in stupid ads. I'm like, stop showing me
because
this.
we've said the word out loud and fucking Google is listening.
Stop showing me your shitty games.
It is a shitty game and spoken in fucking Spanglish or Changlish, Chinese English that's all broken and shit. They didn't even bother to fucking translate correctly. It's fucking shit.
But that's a new Superman game.
How do you have? I mean, it's like Flash is just gonna go Flash Force, and he's like, I lose, and I rewind the match, and now
so
I
2
now
months
I win.
ago, let's see, 2 months ago, Marvel Rivals passed 40 million players. 40 million players? Yeah. NetEase reports net revenue 2.9 back then. So, sure. Holy fuck.
Yeah, crazy figures coming out. So like, I don't see the reason for them to do a bunch of like super nefarious things and scare off players now. But I think we're frogs in the bucket.
How many months has the game been out?
Came out December.
So how many months?
It has been 5 full months now.
Because the first month revenue, there was a news story, 136 million. 36 million of that was from China alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you're making 136 times how many months?
5.
Okay. Well, something's happening. They're going up. They're getting a lot
But you
more
see
because
those
that's
skins?
only
the first
that's
month
only 680 million.
The first month they didn't have like the store fully stocked with skins and stuff, and then they started to really. I mean, people just started dropping a bunch
And
of
like
money.
events and stuff,
Yeah.
and skin events and seasons. That was before the paid season pass. I think it was like season 0 is free, maybe. I don't know.
I think you may be right.
All right,
but
okay, it's making a lot of money, and DC is over there with their thumbs up their fucking asses. Make a fucking good video game with, DC characters, and you can make a lot of money. But no, nobody wants to make a good video game over there with DC.
Not lying.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't lying.
I mean, they want
Batman. We're going
Shut
back
the
to
fuck up with Batman!
We're going back
I'm tired of Batman! Batman. Marsha.
That's what makes money, though.
But you can't have a Flash.
No,
because the
this
Speed
what
Force is
idiots
dumb.
thinks makes money because they can't fucking put any effort into anything else. The only that Batman makes auto money.
Exactly.
But then make something else because other ones will make money too. You're just going for the easiest auto money.
I want a Justice League Dark video game.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So
Yeah.
I want Superman to
Constantine.
be saving a cat from a tree, and then some magic user walks up and puts him in the fucking hospital.
Beats his ass.
And then
David Blaine.
Darkseid fucking injects him with fucking kryptonite, and he's got kryptonite
Pink
through his
kryptonite.
veins.
No.
And his eyes are green. That's the storyline of the Justice League Dark. It was like some kind of apocalypse war.
Yeah, and then I want Constantine and all of these people to show up and not be a good team, and then that's it. Then it's going to be great. But I don't think they want to do that.
Where are the Chinese companies that rip everything off and do clones? Where's the Chinese clone of Marvel Rivals?
I was about to say, like, do you mean Marvel Rivals?
They made Marvel Rivals.
The Chinese clone is the Marvel Rival is the Chinese clone of
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Marvel characters.
Yes.
So they just didn't consider DC? Or maybe they went to DC and they're, no, that sounds like a stupid fucking idea. And so they're like, all right, we'll go to Marvel. $2.7 billion. 3 point whatever
Do
billion
you think
dollars.
that DC has a, honestly, for like the average person?
DC's like, no, thanks. We'll do it ourselves. We got this live service game coming out. It's going to be great. It's called Suicide Squad Kills Our Studios.
But outside of the big five, maybe big, like, how many characters does DC have that, like, people...
Oh,
like,
tons.
That's quite a bit.
And a huge roster. If fucking people can revitalize rosters of BCT characters in Marvel and make them popular, you can do the same thing for Booster Gold and fucking Constantine and Dr.
Swamp
Fate
Thing is
and
a
all
tank.
that. All it takes is good fucking games, good writers, and good content, which we've had for Marvel.
Yeah, so but the Marvel movies had to come first to kind of
Just-
familiarize all the people with it.
Just shows you how incompetent WB Games is and the people in
Yeah.
charge of WB. When this kind of money is being made. Oh,
They're like, why can't we do that? It's like, because they're good. We suck.
Yeah.
yeah.
How'd your
Oh, no,
Lakers
we
do?
suck. You shut your dirty
Oh,
mouth.
no, we suck.
We suck.
What happened?
They
The
lost.
Lakers suck?
Playing
Okay.
again tomorrow.
Yeah, it's the playoffs now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot.
I'm just gonna get the jabs when I can.
Okay.
Yeah, LeBron James didn't show up.
The dude, he showed up enough times in the playoffs where like he's got a son on the team. Like
I know.
he's a little old. It's like it's okay. All right. Well, that's all I got. Did you find anything else?
I found one more thing, and Joe will be happy with this. Look, Super Robot Wars Y, which is a guilty pleasure of mine. I haven't played the other one. What I play? Z? Super Robot Wars 19? I don't fucking know. But it's basically little chibi Gundams that fight each other. And they almost feel like you don't even get a version in the U.S. You have to, like, import from Indonesia or something. I don't know. But the franchise is super niche, but it's fun. And so another one is coming, Super Robot Wars Y. It pits Gundams against Godzilla in a huge showcase with this 13-minute. But I didn't find Godzilla. I don't know what this fucking person is talking about. But I did find, Joe, play this trailer. Boom! Jet, you saw it earlier.
No.
You saw it, Jet Jaguar.
No, I was just hoping you
right
were
here.
going to
You were
Jet
hoping I'd
Jaguar.
say Jet Jaguar? Well, right here. Boom! Jet Jaguar, put him up here. He's going and he's on the roster, dude. So he's fighting other fucking robot kaijus, and you can probably put him up against other Gundams. Our favorite, Jet Jaguar. Watch our Godzilla. If you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, Godzilla approaching the generator. In that game, we had Jet Jaguar, and that's Joe's favorite.
He's great or something.
Yeah.
It seems so out of place.
That's the move. That's the one where you know how Godzilla comes flying in with his feet this way. And he's like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
That's the Jet Jaguar movie that they fight.
My favorite scene is still where King Kong's shoving a tree down his throat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one. That's a good one. right, I think that's pretty much all I got. Oh, one more, because I don't know if I'll mention this later.
So Jet Jaguar is just the low rent Ultraman, right? Like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just a
How dare you? He's better.
He's better?
He's got jets, and he's a Jaguar.
But he's
Okay.
not.
Neither of those. Bungie's classic Myth Fantasy Tactics. I forget all the fucking time when I was younger and I was playing the series Myth that Bungie made it. It's getting remasters courtesy of its community. Because Bungie's too busy.
Sony's going to sue them and be like, oh, we technically own that.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. So with Bungie's extraction shooter, focusing on Marathon, and the other game that from my childhood that I really enjoyed, Myth and Myth Twice Born Edition, Myth 2 Soul Blighter, Myth the Fallen Lords. If you know what Myth is, and not the puzzle thing, that's Myst. This is Myth. So it's like a strategy game.
I would pay money to put him in a room with a computer and he's not allowed to leave until he either beats Riven or Myst.
That's hard, Alex, because back then, those games, sometimes
I had a notebook.
There's no fucking, you have to go and find a magazine and go look up.
Yeah,
something.
It was so fucking hard. Like my eyes were practically touching my monitor looking for shit, and I had a notebook to try to.
I'm not gonna let this game beat me.
It was crazy.
Back when you had those guides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I never had a guide for that. I wonder if they are guides because I would buy one.
Myth is an awesome fucking series, and it was a long time ago, and I wish they would bring it back. But the community has done so. Project lead Christopher John God, Lyles Arthur. The project is so you can read about it here, and they've opted to release it for free. Of course. You better release it for free, or else they are going to come after you. You get sued to oblivion. But yeah, so it takes a little bit of work to get it to going. But I just am happy that there's people passionate about Myth out there somewhere, because you got to download the Twice Born Edition main files. You'll need to run the installer from Project Magma's modern engine port. There's some stuff involved.
Yeah,
but I'm just mentioning it because I want to remind people that when the time that Bungie made good games and with stories and interesting.
You're not excited about their brand new story-driven DLC they got?
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I don't. It's the
live action, live service, not live action, live service extraction shooter with no story that they haven't written yet.
No, I'm talking about the Destiny 2 DLC that was announced.
There's new Destiny 2 DLC.
Yeah.
I don't know.
2 DLC. It's called something dumb.
Well, it took them, 5-6 years to get that story going. So maybe it'll take 5-6 years for the fucking Marathon story to get going. They'll give us some single-player content.
The Edge of Fate. Yeah.
No, I don't care.
Monos, The Edge of Fate.
No, I don't care. I will watch a bunch of
Monos?
YouTubers put videos together for it, because that's how I engage with Destiny content now, because I don't want to. The new player experience is terrible. Trying to jump in the middle of it right now is awful. That's part of the reason why they're moving on to Marathon.
Yeah, I read Paul Tassie's article, and he'll be like, hey, this is trash. It's like, bro, you've been saying it's bad for years. Or at least what he's describing is bad, and it's like
Flippy's not having fun anymore with it.
Oh yeah,
even he left for a while.
Well, May 6th is when the Edge of Fate. So
probably jump back on.
Continue edging.
Wow, that's really quick, fast. I mean, I guess they're done with the triangles.
Oh, sorry, it will be revealed May 6th.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not the release date.
That was too fast.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is all I've got, guys. So, cool. Thanks to G Fuel for continuing to sponsor us. Grab yourself some tubs, get yourself through some gaming. And thank you so much for watching. And we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.